We're all looking at the same thing. Thank you for joining us for another perspective from the Sag Nasty If Anybody Asks Me podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. For more videos, please subscribe to the channel.
Michigan shirt. You know, first thing come up, I'm hanging off the side of this rail talking about go blue. He just looks at me, goes, oh man, hey, go blue. I'm like, where y'all from? He's Frankenmuth. Oh shit, son, I'm from Saginaw, right? You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, that's why, like, dude, I almost kind of love the pipeline of colleges too. Like, y'all came up to Central. You see what I'm saying? Like, uh, people that went over to state and went over to here. You know what I mean? It's like you've seen it. It's like almost like groups of kids from the same school. Our kids, we'll throw them in there. Dude, I went to school with three of the Midland High dudes. They became some of my best friends in college. And I played again, man. I hated them motherfuckers going through,
I hate
high
him
school
in,
shit.
I hate him in high
But
level,
all of a
but yeah,
sudden,
I
because
became
we were
friends with him
in
too.
such close proximity,
Yeah.
right? It's like now all of a sudden we at Central together. It's kind of like, you know what, bro? Like y'all actually pretty dope, man. And I know who y'all are because we've been kicking it for the past 4 years. You know what I mean? So it's like that's where, like I said, it started to open up a little more too, because you go over to Michigan State, same thing. Because now you starting to run into kids that maybe went to New Vale, went over to here, went to Swan Valley, went to this school, and then they done met some people from other different parts of the state. And now y'all intermingling. And man, I got some friends from Jenison and these places, all because of some Heritage kid that was over at State, or you know what I mean? It's like over at Western or somewhere else, and we went over there to kick it with them. But that used to be fun as shit too, going to different
That's so much
campuses, running
fun.
into your
Yo, man.
drunk ass
Yeah.
Heritage kid somewhere, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
or
I
Arthur
love
Hill
that.
kid, be like, oh
It's
shit, you
funny
know what
that
I
you
mean?
would
It's
stand
like,
out too. Yeah, like you just meet Saginaw people all the time in those environments,
yeah.
wherever you went,
Hey, this is something I can honestly say with a straight face and dead ass serious. Saginaw people are all over the fucking world, man. We like
Excuse?
roaches.
Oh yeah, but you know better than
I
me.
swear to
Yeah,
God,
yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah.
my first experience of it, I'm out in Hawaii. We're climbing up the Stairway to Heaven. If you ever researched or done that, that thing is a monster, right?
Yeah.
These little creaky ass stairs on the side of the mountain. Dude, we like up there. I want to say the clouds, like we had just crested the clouds, right? So we up there. All of a sudden, there's this family coming down, right? No shit. There's a family coming down the thing. My man got on the Rose Bowl championship Michigan shirt. You know, first thing come up, I'm hanging off the side of this rail talking about some go blue. He just looks at me, goes, oh man, hey, go blue. I'm like, where y'all from? He's Frankenmuth. Oh shit, son, I'm from Saginaw, right? You see
Oh.
what I'm saying? Get to talking to the dude. I tell him what my name is, right? I say my name. He's like, well, what's your name? I was like, Late That Wise. He's like, wait a minute. And his wife goes, oh my God. And they look at me and I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, is your daughter, y'all got a daughter? I'm thinking, I'm starting to go through the road that, right? You know, so imagine I'm kind of like, oh man, come to find out, bro, the dude had worked with my mom, bro. Real close, knew my mom.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? Out in the middle of Hawaii, had no idea. And it's like,
Yeah.
and that's why I remember
Stairway to
laughing, going, damn,
heaven.
that's crazy. Then I
Yeah.
end up somewhere else. I think I was out in the Philippines somewhere. I was over somewhere else, out in the desert somewhere. Same thing, bro. Like running into somebody, and my Marine buddy's like, bro, you know everybody. I'm like, nah, man, it's Saginaw people. Like they're
Sag
everywhere.
Nasty,
You know what I
anybody
mean? It's
ask
like,
me? Yeah.
yeah, we
That's
all
what's
over. We
up.
worldwide, baby.
So as you're growing up, what about the dog pound? Tell me about the dog pound.
The DPG. No, they see that was kind of one of them things that came about. Like I said, you got to look at the time frame. You got Snoop, Dre, and all
Yep.
them boys. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
we kind of, like I said, you got a lot of gangs and stuff, but you don't want to quite be in the gang, but you just kind of want to. You know what I mean? It's like, and so that's kind of where or the whole DPG thing came from. You know, because
Yeah.
it literally was a bunch. It's just these are my dogs. You know what I mean? Then of
Yeah.
course DMX came out around the times. You know what I mean? So it's like for us, it was these are my buddies. You know what I mean? Like if
Hmm.
we dogs, this is the dog pound. It's a bunch
How
of
did
dogs.
you
We got some pit.
become them, the dog pound versus like, you're kind of like, it's weird. You're like a military kid because you're everywhere, even in like all over the
Yeah,
country.
it
But
was more
suddenly
so
you
like
settle down with these guys. Suddenly you locked in. How did that happen, really? Like that became the main crew.
it was like I said, it was us hanging out with each other because around the time, like I hate to tell it, I won't say no names, but like
Okay.
imagine like when we was in middle school from like say sixth and seventh grade when the gang started picking up, right?
Okay.
All our homies at the time, they started to make their choices. Vice lords, folks, We had a few. We went to some GDs. Some went to some,
Mafia Kings was
at
in
the time,
there.
Burt,
Yeah.
Burt Street, Fourth and Kurt, shit like that. Like dudes was active. You know what I mean? Like shit, we witnessed a few of them get jumped in. You know what I mean? Like these was our homies. They on our football teams, basketball teams, go to school with us. And then that's when it kind of started there because I want to say seventh grade, first couple weeks of school. And I'm sure your bro, older bro he can attest to this. Them first 2 weeks of school out in the township was dangerous, my guy. And at the same time, that was also where all the blacks and Mexican kids got eliminated. If we had any kids, blacks and Mexicans that came from in the city because they got kicked out from over there, whatever, and they ended up over there, then the first 2 weeks usually they was gone, and it sucked. Here's the reason why: some of them was affiliated, or
Yeah.
they come over there and imagine some of the ones that's over at our school now is affiliated. You see what I'm saying? So imagine like it was kind of like they come to school and they like, oh shit, you vice lord? Like, yeah, man, it's like 20 folks around the corner. You might want to tuck that shit up, bro. You know what I mean? They looking at us like, oh, y'all gang bang. Like, nah, man, I'm the least of your worries, G. Them
Yeah.
cats gonna get you. They bout that shit. You see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, so for us, our incident happened. I think it was after one of the basketball practices. I want to say seventh grade. One of the
Okay.
Mexican homies at the time, like, he had just got jumped in.
Yeah.
We had basketball practice coming out of White Pine Gym. Dude, there's some little gangbangers standing right outside the door. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like they wanted to get my man. We like, damn, bro, like this our homie. We can't just let you get him.
Oh,
You know what I
because
mean? Like, oh y'all,
he just got jumped in and
right,
the rival gang came.
right.
Okay, right, right.
So they try to get him, and it's like, nah, bro, like we ain't finna let you get him. You see what I'm saying? And I think it messed them little gangbangers up at the time because you see Jason big ass, black dude, me black, Spoon, I think Eric Kaltenbach at the time. You know what I mean? Like you got a couple white boys. You know some of the dudes like, and then there's this Mexican cat, and they kind of looking at us like, what the fuck? But we ain't backing down. You see what I'm saying? Like we about to shit. I know gang, man. You fight me. I already know where hood you little niggas from. I'm gonna send my cousins over there to shoot that bitch up. You know what I mean? It's like, so imagine like it's kind of like seriously, like that's kind of like the thought process. You know what I mean? Because it's like, bro, like we ain't gang bangers, man. Y'all over in the township, like get out of here with that shit. Like get on, you know what I mean? It's like, and so for us, like the whole DPG thing came because we played with the little thing, and I think it was seventh, eighth grade. It was like the law, and then I forgot. The Mexican boys had something. It was like almost like MA or something like that. It was like
Yeah.
close to like because that was around the time American Me and Colors and
Yeah.
all that shit came out
Yeah.
too. So you
Colors.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
right. So imagine like we young, bro. Like we kind of playing off of a lot of that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's where like it's like, okay, yeah, Colors was cool, but I ain't trying to gang bang. You gonna end up dead. Like that shit's for real. You see what I'm saying? Because we seeing it too. Like you see it on TV, you see it. We still kind of want to play the game, but it's like, nah, I ain't trying to go be throwing up gang signs and getting chased and all that shit. Like, nah. So for us, that dog pound gangsters came from that. It was like, okay, Snoop talking about DPG. Well, shit, we claim DPG. You can't say we a gang because that's Snoop now. Yeah, I know that's people say, oh, it was Crips and all this other stuff, but it's like, nah, bro, like even if you look like sometimes we would wear blue and gray, but
Oh
we wouldn't be too
wow.
heavy on the blue. See, a lot of people didn't notice that, but it's like it wasn't so much that we was wearing gray and blue to like try to be gangbangers. What's Heritage's colors?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Green, white,
Yeah.
blue, gray. You see what I'm saying? So a
Yeah.
lot of it
Yeah.
was based off of kind of what we was going into as high school dudes. It's kind of
Okay.
like, well,
Okay.
shit. If we're gonna rock a gang color, we rock our school colors. So that way, if
Rock the
anybody
school
asks, oh,
colors.
we rock a school color. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So for us, it was kind of like a safe way of like putting our little group together, being like having a gang, but not being classified as one. Because you already know, if you consider the gang, township cops on your ass, everybody else on your ass, and them gangs gonna be on your ass. Period. You know what I mean? It's like that's just honest to God fact. So it's like for us, it was more like I wouldn't even say a joke, but it was more of like a, hey man, like this is our gang, but we're like you said, we're athletes, we're students, we're this. You see what I'm saying? We do extracurricular activities. Like, sorry, we're a nerd gang, I guess you want to call it, but this us. You know what I mean? It's like, but that's
Yeah.
kind of where that DPG came from, and then we just start having fun with it. It like
Yeah. Because
it
you
became like,
grew.
man, well, because we started recruiting. You know what I mean? Like
Nah.
we had the pom pom girls. Let me shout out to the Harris pom poms. You know, they
Wow.
were girls, but we started recruiting to kind of like make it fun, man. Because like for us, it was like, hey man, like don't think this is a game. Because if
Mm.
you do, look, there's 5 pom pom girls over there. There's some chicks from the basketball team, some dudes from over here. Like, man, no, it's farthest thing from a game. it's just a bunch of kids and we all cool with each other,
Because that's
hang
what
out
it
with each
felt
other, we
like,
got
more
each other's
like
back.
house party. Like
Yeah,
y'all were like partying. Like that's what I think of the
yeah,
dog park is,
that's
when you guys
it.
were just like
That's
having a
it.
good time, like cool
As we
people,
had the dungeon,
everyone's
you know,
cool.
we had the dog house. Yep,
Yeah.
just a bunch of dogs in the yard kicking the dog. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's kind of where it's funny to say it now. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
but that's
right.
truthfully what it was. You know what I mean? It's like, because think about it. We would be out, man. How many hours did we spend on them hoop courts out there at Pheasant Run? You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
man.
Like either
Yeah.
in that pool or on that basketball
Yeah,
court.
yeah.
Hours. You know what I mean? Like just sometimes on the side, bullshit, messing with each other, talking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Sometimes
like,
it was
and
too
that's
hot.
where
We just sit all around.
right.
Yeah.
But that's where, like I said, to us, like that's where that kind of came from. And so for us, like when we used to kind of push that to y'all, the DPG, you notice we was always pushing, hey man, if y'all go party and kick it, do it with this group.
Mm-hmm.
Do it here. It's safe
Mm-hmm.
over here. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Stay in the house over here. If y'all go out in
Mm-hmm.
the yard, stay right here. Because then the
Mm-hmm.
cops can't come mess with you. Hey man,
Mm-hmm.
these dudes ain't gonna be trying to jump you doing this. Hey man, deal with these little girls. Cause they not go, you see what I'm saying? Like that's where a lot of that came from too. Cause like I said, if we talked about it at the early beginning, you know, that everybody had their core group, but that was the reason why kind of we had the DPG little group, because it was like, man, like this is what this culture we trying to create. Hey man,
Mm-hmm.
everybody look out for each other. You remember, I don't know if you remember our little saying, it was one dog too many, right?
No, I
Because
didn't
it's
know
like if you
that.
right, because if you mess with one dog, you gotta mess with all of us. We all gonna get the bites at the
Oh, I
barking
didn't
at
know
you.
you
You see what I'm
had
saying?
one
It's like,
dog too
and
many.
that was right. And that was kind of like the philosophy behind it was like, hey man, like it's us against everybody. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like this is our this is our shit. You know what I mean? It's like because
Yeah.